Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Michael Karopish. I'm 24 years old, and despite living in the 21st century, I love living in the past. Well, I am a portrait painter by trade, and I've been painting for as long as I can remember. But I am mostly interested in art history and history on its own as well. So for me, I heard a saying once that you should surround yourself with things that you love. And that's why I live my life the way I do. I adore waking up feeling like a king in my own bedroom, which is based on the Victorian style, as well as my dress. I adore most things from the Victorian era, mainly because a lot of time and effort went into making objects and clothing. I just feel they did everything properly. They didn't do it by halves. I feel clothing can really change your persona. So when I wear my clothing, I feel very upright. And I feel like that's where the idea comes from, to stick your nose in the air. When you're wearing a collar that's this starched, it makes you feel almost, I don't know, above, in the clouds in a way. I've always been very close with my younger brother, and we get on like best friends, and yet we're so different. But they say, like, magnets, opposites attract, don't they? I think his taste in fashion could be improved, as well as his taste in music. Bob likes, though he appreciates classical music, I'm a big fan of Gilbert and Sullivan, the 19th century operatic duo. Bob is more into his modern music. God knows what he listens to now. I can't even remember. It's something like the Black Eyed Beans. Oh, I don't remember, something like that. Well, I spend most of my day working on my artworks. So I'll normally paint for about 6 to 10 hours a day. And therefore I'm always indulged in art, and because my artwork is historic, it comes naturally to be interested in history, so I'm submerged in history throughout the whole day. I've often liked the phrase that I don't have enough money to be who I want to be, but that didn't stop me with my bedroom, because I wanted to wake up like a king, a bit like the King of France, Louis XIV, who built Versailles for himself. So I decided to recreate my own Versailles in a 1930s semi, which I think is in very good taste, no matter what anyone else might think. And every time I wake up now, I look at my grand cornice and my chandelier and ceiling rose, and it puts me in the right mood for the day. If I could have one thing in the world, I would love a knighthood. It's because I have painted quite a few celebrities, and I'm working up the ladder with my classical portraiture, which would not look out of place at Buckingham Palace, might I add. And it would be a dream to one day get a royal commission. I painted Prince George earlier this year and took it down to the palace, and I got to present it in the gallery, not to the royals, to the staff members, which was a wonderful experience. And that would be my ultimate dream, to paint a portrait of the reigning monarch and receive a knighthood. People would often ask me where my inspiration comes from for my artwork. It of course comes from all the history that surrounds me. But also, you can't always expect inspiration to come to you naturally. My favourite composer, Arthur Sullivan, once said, "You can't sit on a coal mine and wait for the coal to come to you. You have to go out and dig for it."